Welcome back. Here's our little bathroom remodel. We started off with painting the walls, and then that quickly turned into we don't like so many other things in the bathroom. And not so many, but there's a few things. There's not a whole lot in the bathroom as it is. So I did the video about removing the glass, and that went really well. So here's the next step. And in while removing the glass, we removed the light fixture. So the next step is to remove the vanity, which is strictly surface to hold the sink. This entire house is 100% ADA house, or at least it was. We've eliminated some of the ADA features, and one of those features is this sink that has no storage in it, but it has a protection so that if you're in a wheelchair, you can wheel up to the sink and it protects you from hitting your legs on the plumbing. And perfect for the previous owner, but not so perfect for us. We don't like the dark colors, the dark cabinet. We're okay with the size because that's what it is. There's not a whole lot of room in this bathroom, so the size is going to be something like this. So my next step is to remove this, and it's kind of twofold. I need to take the splashes off, and I need to take this cover off so I can get to the water controls and things like that before I can remove the sink and all that. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is remove that cover underneath to expose the plumbing. There might be some ugly secrets in there, like there could be mold, there could be insects, I don't know. But this is next, the vanity. We already have a vanity. Even though I'm a carpenter, I build cabinets. We bought a cabinet, but it's okay. It looked nice and it seems to function nice. And for the price, you know, this isn't at your rich grandmother's house. This is at my house, and I think it's going to be fine. So let me get some tools to take that off, and we'll take that next step. So I need to remove this first because I want to shut the water off. And I have some shoe mold on either side that looks like it's nailed in, so I'm going to pull those off. And then there's screws holding the panel on, and I'm going to pull that off. So I'm going to put my mask on just in case there's something mysterious in there and get this opened up. I think it's going to be all right. So now I can remove the sink and the vanity, and then we're going to be getting into wall repair. So we got the panel taken off and the water shut off. Perfect. So we can disconnect Before I take any of this out, I want to remove the paper holder. So now the splashes need to come off, and they're going to be also some kind of adhesive similar to what was holding the mirror. So I'm going to take my knife, and I see this went on first and then this went on second, so I need to remove this one first. I'm going to score any caulking. Not too bad, just like the other. There's a lot of drywall coming off with it, but that's okay. So I think I'm just gonna start on this outside one. Not too bad. So the sink's gone, the cabinet's gone. Now it's just a matter of drywall repairs and then painting. So that'll be the next step. Now we're going to repair the drywall now that the cabinet's gone. And repairing the drywall means pulling off these loose pieces here, cleaning up this excess caulk over here. I've got a sharpened putty knife. Just get all the loose pieces off so that we can put fresh mud over everything. Get the caulking off. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. We have little parts here, here, here. I'm going to have to do cut this out some more and do an actual drywall patch in here. Okay, here's our 20-minute mud mixed up. Is it too thin? I think it's all right. It's not a bad consistency there. So it's time for the texture. Here's what I have. This Easy Pro texture as seen on YouTube. And you buy a gun. You get this at the big orange box store. You have different PSI. You have to control the outgoing PSI in your compressor. 60 PSI for an orange peel finish, 30 PSI for a knockdown finish. There it goes. I'm all right with that. I'm very much all right with that. It's not perfect, but neither am I. But it's a whole lot better than what it was. Yeah, I'm done. Now, tomorrow, when that's dry, we can prime everything. And then when that's dry, we can paint everything. And then we can move the cabinet in. Moving right along. Now what we have, while the texture is drying, we have the floor to patch. I removed this one piece. I'm going to pull the backing off. Okay, before we put the primer on the wall, I wanted to get the baseboard in. And remember, when we took that cabinet off, it had the angle parts on there. It had these pieces of baseboard nailed to the side, stapled to the side with a ridiculous amount of staples. But this is the same baseboard, so I don't have to go hunt it down. Even though it's common, this is also a weekend that it's a holiday weekend, so I'm not going to find it at the stores that are open today. So anyway, and the cabinet's only going to be a few inches off the wall, so you're only going to have a view of back in here. I've already nailed that one piece in, and I just matched the angle of that slope, and I glued it, and it's going to be fine. Honestly, no one's going to see that. I've got a little cope on this piece, and I'm have to two-piece this because I don't have enough material to make one piece. This is the length of the piece that we had. It's not enough. So I thought I would put this in there, which that cope fits pretty nicely, very nicely. Not that I care. If it was a gap, I'm going to caulk it. It's back in the corner where no one's going to see. And then I'm going to just do a butt joint there, and this joint, no one's going to see that because the cabinet is here. People will see this, but who's the people? Me and my wife? It's fine. But I'll also blend it in, and the shoe mold. I'm not worried about two joints being next to each other in my house on the side of the cabinet. No one's going to know. That honestly is going to be fine. It's time to start priming. So, since we last left, I had the primer on the wall. I patched the baseboard and the crown mold, not the crown, the shoe mold along the back. The light fixture came in, so we installed it, and it works just fine. The paint went on the wall, and it looks pretty good. It doesn't look like separation in color because this was painted a week prior. My repairs did pretty good. You can still see some of them, but these are going to be covered with the big round mirror. You can still see a little bit of this, but it really ain't that bad. I had a big gaping hole. I had a huge gaping hole up here. Everything really cleaned up well. We have the IKEA cabinet and the IKEA sink, and we have an IKEA faucet that goes with the existing plumbing, and which is the drain and the service lines. The cabinet went in very nicely. The sink drops on top of the cabinet, and then we connected all the drain fittings. So the next step was going to be to set the faucet. But before I set the faucet, I wanted to put my silicone across the back. So that's why I have it taped off nice and neat. And I can apply the silicone and then remove the tape, and then that'll be a finished product. So I'm going to do that as soon as I can cut the tip on my silicone. This is old silicone, but even though it hasn't been used yet, so hopefully it comes out well. It's not coming out. It's probably all cured inside because it's old. So I'm going to take a break and go get a new silicone. Okay, I got this kitchen and bath caulking. It's a siliconized acrylic latex sealant. And I got it taped off very nicely. Hopefully this goes well. Looking good, looking good. Very nice, very nice. Looking good. Here we are, the final test. The stopper works, no leaks inside. The plumbing is very interesting, but it also appears to be very sound. The drawers fit back up there against the plumbing without hitting anything. So now my next step, and almost the final step, is to just pop those drawers in. So here we are with our finished product, except for the mirror. Compared to what we had before, this is going to be real nice. This cabinet is very nice. We opted for these long industrial looking handles. I don't know what you call that, but it's got storage, drawer storage that we never had before. We had just a sink before with zero storage, so that's going to be a nice plus. Thanks for watching. It's been a long series, a long weekend, and actually this took place over a 3-day weekend, and we're really happy with it. So thanks again. And maybe you turn the water on. It's dead center, lined up. There's some matching, there's some continuity, and we're going to be happy with this. Thanks.